Oklahoma. He was spotted at that scene outside of 7-Eleven, and he's also been, let's see, those two things, basically, I sent them to Shane Kavanaugh and different journalists, and, like, everybody I know, basically, on Twitter, because I was like, okay, look at these faces. There was an article in Washington Post about this activist. Why is she not being prosecuted for slamming and punching at this transgender person? And all these prominent black activists attacked the transgender person, and none of them have been arrested or prosecuted for hate crime. And what's the use of having a hate crime statute on the books if you can just beat up a tranny in the middle of whatever your viewpoint? And basically, the Hardesty was like, oh, they were not protesters, they were outsiders. And it's like, no, they are identifiable activists. Some of them live down in Springfield and have been recently arrested down there and driven up to Portland. But all their names and photographs, all their accounts. And once I found this connection where Michael Ranahel, the shooter, was at this other Adam Hayner event, I was like, okay, man, maybe this is our chance to drum up interest in why won't they take down the other assailants? Why can't we get them for being accessories? Why are they allowed to do this mob violence and only one person, Marquise Love, is going to get arrested? Like, come on.
But yeah, I found it interesting that as soon as they deputized the U.S. Marshals deputized the state police that were going to be in Portland, all of a sudden they didn't have a riot that night.
It's suddenly magic, man. Yeah, slam dunk. And I think the fact that they do have these 76 people, and now it's like probably almost 80 they've got under federal charges, those are 80 people off the street, at least.
They got more than that. They had like 179
arrested. Yeah.
No, that they're actually taking to court. That they indicted.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, because it's almost like if they have to pick them off one by one, get some charges on them, and put some restrictions on them. You can't go do graffiti tonight. It's such an unusual situation.
Yeah.
See, I've been watching just regular mainstream news, and they've had it. Like KGW, these 2 last mornings, their Sunrise Extra, it's just kind of like a boring talk show, but they're like literally like the announcers are visibly wincing and disgusted at their city being torn apart. And like even one of them was like, weekends I just have to go home and turn off all the news. I can't even pay attention. I just have to keep myself sane. And boy, started calling it like riot burnout, because I think maybe I figured it was a 2-week thing or a 30-day thing.
I call it Warzone Portland.
Yeah.
I went into my doctor's office to schedule an appointment yesterday. I had this shirt on, right? And the lady looked at me and she goes, well, I feel uncomfortable scheduling an appointment with you.
No, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if this was the 1950s? Like, wasn't it common for everyone to have their I like Ike, or you want Eisenhower, or if it's Truman, or it was considered a vibrant part of democracy to state your beliefs. I don't even feel safe being registered in a political party right now, because I feel like it would be used against me, or it would be used against me 10 years down the line.
Right.
Boy, I don't know if I need to register in a hurry, but I'm not too enchanted with the state of affairs, and I hate to turn into one of those hippies that hates voting. But some people just want to stay off the grid because they don't believe in the grid.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed by Biden one bit. I can hardly stand the sound of his voice or the look of his face, and I forced myself to listen to him a little bit yesterday. I was like, it'll be good for me, just don't freak out, because I'm sitting there following one of his intern who got attacked by him back in the day. The hypocrisy of the left, though, I mean, it's basically like, if you want someone to care about women, you can get the left to care about abortions, but you can't get the left to care about their abusers.
No.
So I'm thinking the Republicans that are free thinkers